It's Weird Java in the morning.
It's time to wake up with some weird Java in your cup. What is up, everybody? How is y'all?
I is good. How is you, Rach?
Oh, Rach. Okay. I
Rach?
was like, is he going to do it? I'm great. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. This is awesome
Hey.
I wake up with you guys every Sunday, but now I'm actually here. So I am thrilled.
We're very
I'm
thrilled as
thrilled to
well.
have you. I just want to say publicly, which I actually do actually all the
I was
time,
like, you
pretty
say it
publicly.
every single time, but you can blow up my head.
I appreciate the hell out of you and Heather for doing the missing person segment every week. It's amazing. I appreciate it so fucking much. When I started doing podcasting, I never thought that I would have the support that I have and the fact that I've made friends that actually want to help and like contribute to my not only my show but to other people's shows is amazing, and I love you guys for it.
We love you. We love being here in any way that we can. Not only like we love supporting you and being here for the show, but if we can talk about missing more, that's exactly what we
Hmm.
want to do. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really wanted to perpetuate with this show in particular. Um, it's a variety show technically, so there's a lot of different aspects to it, and if it, not saying that I'm gonna like it's a big show. Obviously, I get like maybe 30 views at the most for it. But still, I think that's views of people that may not know the stories and
Right.
that might know something or maybe can look into something and maybe be able to help to bring these people home. And the sad fact of it is that a lot of people don't make it home, which sucks.
Yeah.
Um, Regardless of
What we do.
whatever factors it
Yeah.
is, either they're never found or they are found and they're just not spiritually with us.
Right.
Rach,
Ooh. Good
can I ask you a
morning.
question?
Yeah.
And I know I've asked you this before because it's to me, it's. I have a lot of respect for what you and Heather do, and it's
Mhm.
to me it's amazing. I listen to you guys, and you make it fun. But the details of these stories, the things that happen to these people, and especially what the the murderers what they do. How do you cope with that stuff after you've done all the research? Because watching it like on TV or watching it on Dateline or whatever, it's completely different when you actually do research. Completely different because you're
Right.
digging deep. You're looking at files. You're seeing photographs. You're listening to videos, and it's rough. And I'm like, I did a few of those myself, and it's not easy. How do you cope with that stuff?
Yeah, because you covered Taylor Schabusiness
Yeah.
and Shad Therion.
Yeah.
So covering that, I feel like if you do that, you can pretty much dive into any of them. So I don't. Is that a good enough answer? I don't cope. So I don't like to watch stuff. I feel like I've said that a lot. If I
Mhm.
see video of somebody that I'm researching, it makes it that much more real. And I know that I have to, and I know that that's the whole point of what we're doing is to keep them alive and really put more than just their name out there, you know? And so I have to, but that makes it's very different. And then with coping, I feel like I listen to other podcasts. as soon as I'm done with something else, I will turn on something that makes me laugh, or I've got my kids who are always hilarious in the background. I go outside all the time, except for during winter, which is hard. So I just try to
Yeah.
focus on other stuff.
I I think that's an important thing is going outside. To
Yeah.
me, I think being outside in nature is really the best thing you can do coping with anything.
Right. Yeah.
And
Any
like,
kind of like green, sunshine, water, all of it just
uh-huh.
consume me.
Did you know? Oh, fuck, I posted it on my Instagram. It's a thing about water. It decreases
Yeah,
depression
I
if
saw that.
you
Yeah.
watch the flow of water,
Yep.
which I was like, no wonder why I like looking at water.
Supposedly, we come
You're like,
from the
help me.
water, so that kind of makes sense. I know that I grew up in Corpus Christi, Texas, which is on the coast of Texas, and we have a bay, a huge bay, and every time I would go there, I would feel better or more
Yeah.
connected to the
Mhm.
world. So yeah, that's true statement, 100%.
Well,
Yeah,
people talk
yeah.
about seasonal depression, right? Seasonal depression.
Yeah.
What are you taking away from your life? You're not outside. You don't have the sunshine. You don't have the greenery. You don't have all of these things that you and your body need. And so
Yep.
it's hard though, because there's nothing outside I want to be a part of right now. That's for damn sure. I don't like snow. So I'm staying in.
I like snow. I actually have a commercial that I'm trying to make for the hot sauce,
Mm.
and it's me laying in the snow with nothing but a loincloth. So
Mm.
Hello.
Have fun with that.
And then I'm
just
pouring like
kidding.
hot
I'm
sauce
just
all over
Yeah,
him.
kidding.
David's a part of it.
He's like,
It's just
yeah, how you like that, buddy?
it's good on anything. I did a photo
No, but
shoot with my brother because he
huh?
is wild as hell and he just moved out here with my parents and he wanted to go out. Every time that we went out with my kids to either sled or just be out in the snow in general, um, you can't see me. I am covered from head to toe in as much clothing, padding as possible. And he goes out there in his like Hawaiian beach shorts
Oh
and his
wow.
tank top because we're from California and we don't do this. And so he's going down the sled and we have like a little kayak. So we were going down that too. And he was going down like that. And I'm like, you're insane. And he goes, we should do a photo shoot. So he wanted me to take pictures of him drinking. He had an IPA and a book. So he sat down in the snow with a book and an IPA. He took pictures golfing, just putting the ball and like hitting it in the snow. So it was really fun. But I would never. So I fully
Did you look
support
like
the hot
That's
Randy
sauce.
awesome.
from A Christmas Story? Did
Huh?
you look like Randy from A Christmas
Yes.
Story?
Yeah. My arms were up here. I couldn't put them down.
I love that.
My daughter actually did the whole like tongue getting stuck to the surface
No
situation.
way.
That
Oh
Yeah,
no.
my neighbor's house 2 years ago, she invited us over when we first moved here to Carroll. And I guess my daughter was like, guess what I'm going to do right now? Stuck her tongue to her like the screen door, not the screen, but like the storm door where it's
Yeah.
still like glass,
Mhm.
Yeah.
got stuck. We had to like pour water.
No
and
way,
get it-
man.
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
She will never again. She will never
that would
again.
be a video to.
I
that would
should
be a
have.
lot.
I missed
Yeah.
out on so many opportunities. I have my phone in my hand 24/7.
Oh man. All right. So David, how has your week
How has your
been?
been week?
How has
Best
your
I did.
week been?
Had a great week. I did for the first time ever have a I won't say the company name, but I'm a ride share person, and
Mm.
first time ever had someone yell at me, like scream at me
Oh shit.
No.
as I'm picking
I
them
don't
up.
like that.
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
like,
like that shit.
so I pull
Mm-mm.
up. It's really cold, and it's a lady in a car, and she has these two things outside that look very very light, but I guess she's gonna put them in my truck, right? So I'm waiting, and she's like maneuvering them. And then she looks at me and she goes around her car and she grabs what looked like a dog bed, opens my car door and screams, "You could get out here and help me!"
Ooh.
Puts the bed in there. And I was like, "What?" So I said, "No, no, go ahead and get this thing out. Go ahead and get this thing out of my car right now." And then I look back and there's a puppy on it. And I completely blanked on what happened. And I was just petting the puppy and she was grabbing her shit. She came back and I was more calm and I said, ma'am, I'm not allowed to lift anything over 10 pounds because I recently had a heart attack. And she said, well, you can open the door at least.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be fun, man. She hopped in and she was complaining almost the entire ride. Then she asked me, do you know where you're going? And I said, yeah, they gave me an address because it wasn't her who booked it. It was like a medical facility who booked it. And I'm like almost to the destination. And she goes, nope, that's not it.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay, let me pull over to the store real quick. Can you go ahead and find out? And I'll take you wherever you need to go. Listen, I just want to get you out of the car. Just hurry the fuck up. So she gets the address, and we were 500 feet from the destination. It was the next thing over. The hospital is right next to it. It was like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I pull up, and I help her get her stuff out and got her on her way. But that was the first and only time I've ever experienced that, doing this for a year now. But also, Kevin,
Yes, I would love to hear.
I received my one of many hospital bills.
Oh,
So
gosh.
I just want to.
I'm not looking forward to this. Not looking forward to this, but go ahead.
This is the major one. Because there's several. They hit you with, you get the ER, you get the medication, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But this was the big one, and it came out to a grand total of $294,982.78. Baby, yeah, that's what Daddy's talking about.
That's chump change, right? You got fuck you money that you're just gonna be able to throw on those bills.
I've got fuck you money.
Crazy.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
294,000.
Shit, dude.
Now I'm very fortunate that I had been out of work for like 2.5 years, where I had health insurance and all that. So I didn't have insurance for almost actually over 2 years. And then in late September, I got a call and they're like, we'd like to offer you insurance. I'm like, sure, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And I was kind of worried because I thought it was fake.
Yeah.
I looked it up, it wasn't. On November 1st, I got medical insurance from the ACA. And a month and 5 days later, that happens to me. So I don't have to pay all of that. Yeah. I have to pay a portion of it, but not all, the whole thing. So awesome. Yeah. Love it. So happy.
Wow.
But it's huge, right?
Yeah.
That blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, God damn, son, that's a lot of money.
That is wild.
That is a lot of money. Yeah. That is a lot of money. God damn. Fuck. Rachel, how has your week been, lady? How has it been for you over there?
Really quickly, I want to add to the lady yelling at you. You're a good man to handle that the way that you did, which we already knew that, but the way that you handled that is good on you. Because
thank you.
I would have kept her dog, and she would have been on the side of the road. Like, there is no way. Do not talk to me like that. My week has been fine. What have I done? So my daughter is in theater. So it was rehearsal week and it's show week all weekend. So these weeks are insane. She has to be there like 2 hours every night. She has to be there every single day over the weekend. So it's just nonsense. And then we had some scheduling mishaps and rescheduling. So this whole week has just been very chaotic. And it was the first week that Joel had left. So it was like, is anything gonna go right? But then I have so much to be thankful for and appreciative of. So I try to reel it back in. But
so what is Joel gone for? That's what is Joel gone for?
Are you serious? Dude?
He's gone.
But what?
Yeah, so he went to New York. He's doing rescue missions at the Great Lakes. So he's at Fort Drum, and they kind of cycle different units in and out for certain periods of time, and it was just his turn.
Yeah.
So he's up.
I got you.
I said, "Look at you, gonna go help more missing people than I do."
Yeah.
I was like, "Please tell me everything."
Good for him.
Yeah. So he just actually got there yesterday morning or something because he was stuck somewhere. I don't even remember. Michigan?
Oh.
No, not Michigan. Where are you? North Carolina. Listen, I swear I listen to you
Oh.
guys. I listen when he talks. Surprised he's not on. He must be asleep.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Connie knows. Connie
It's
knows
hard.
what's
Yeah,
going
she
on.
knows. It's
She
actually
also-
surprising how many people that I talk to that podcast that they're a military spouse or wife.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Connie shared
Yep.
a story
Uh,
about a missing person. I think today or yesterday, which I found interesting. It was a story about a graduate from Ohio State. Connie, am I right? I don't
Hmm.
remember the name, but she let someone in like early in the morning to her apartment, and then they found her body much later.
It's awful.
But
I need to check
yeah.
it out.
yeah. Jen is a army wife too. Rivera.
Yeah.
Jen.
So
She
she was
is.
gonna be on the show too, but she's like a week before she's like, actually, my husband's gone
Yeah.
and I have 4 kids, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's a
I was
lot.
like, I don't envy you. Like
Mm.
So
like
you're just gonna have all of Missing in Hushtown producers on the show. Is that what's happening?
pretty much that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for that. How's your week?
My week has been pretty good, work sucks and stuff like that. It's really cold in the mornings this week, like -3 degrees, sometimes -8. So starting the car and then getting to work and starting the truck at 3 a.m. is pretty rough sometimes. Um, but it's been good. My daughter had her first wrestling match on
Yeah.
Thursday, which she did pretty well in. She lost, and she's really pissed off that she lost. And she's pissed off that her team didn't cheer her on. She's very
Oh.
upset about it.
Mm.
But she said only one kid cheered her on, and that was it. The rest of the team just stared at her while she wrestled, because it's one at a time. It's school versus school at this age. So which actually I have a video of it. I'll
Yeah,
show you
dude.
guys real quick. It's
Yes.
like a minute
Absolutely.
or so. I think it's the second round.
She in red or she in black? She's in
She's
red,
in
right?
red.
She's red, long hair, black shoes. She should have gotten a point for getting behind him, but I don't think the ref gave it to her.
Wait, is she wrestling a guy?
Yes.
Dude, get out of the way.
This is him. He's trying to pin her, but he can't.
Yeah, she's scrappy.
That's amazing.
So,
man.
yeah, she's yeah, she's gonna face mostly boys
Wow.
in
That's
wrestling
that's
because
impressive.
it's predominantly male driven.
Hmm.
So, and they don't have wrestling. They don't segregate in wrestling. It's co um co-gendered
Yeah.
or whatever. However
I
the
feel
fuck
like it
word
looked like
you
she was
say.
holding her own though. She was out there, and
Yeah.
anytime he was trying, she was scrappy enough to move her body and try to get out of position. So
Yeah.
she put him through work. Who yelled "Go Kindle"?
It's probably my ex-wife.
Oh, okay, nice. So what I was gonna
Yeah.
say is her team wasn't over there cheering her on, but she has the supporters, and that's who she needs to recognize because
She don't
you
need
always have
nobody.
that.
Yeah.
She,
Yeah.
she can do it, man. Listen,
Right.
I just want to say, tell her
The
it's a good thing to be angry at losing, but
Let it
to
fuel.
understand that the more you lose, that's what builds a winner. You have to lose to understand. And then tell her about Michael Jordan's whole
Yeah, that quote. You want me to
career.
send it again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
send it.
Well,
Okay.
frickin' she wrestled when she was in first, second, and third grade. And and she lost a lot then too. But also because back in that age they did do like a girls only tournament,
Mhm.
and she won.
She
She
kicked
got first
ass.
Nice.
place in the girls
Of course.
only. And but in her old videos, you can hear me really fucking well. And it's like, baby girl, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck I had to say to her at the
Yeah.
time, because I also kind of sort of coached, because well, at the time that she was wrestling, I was also with my ex-girlfriend, and her son was wrestling, and he's an amazing athlete all around. But I would freaking I coached on his team. So when my daughter would wrestle, I would literally like yell over her coaches because I'm trying to coach.
Yeah.
I was trying to coach her. But her coach freaking loved her. I don't know what it was. I have a video here too of a tournament of where they were getting awards at the end of the season, and he goes, so this one's my favorite, Kendall Sapiel. He goes, I do have favorites, and this one is my favorite. I'm telling you right now.
I love that.
Nice. Nice.
So
Very cool.
he's she freaking when it because when we did like the award ceremonies and stuff, she dressed herself up and everything. Like she did most of her own like stuff, and like she would be in a dress, or she would have her nails painted nicely and her hair done and stuff, and it was really cute.
Yeah.
So she was
It's cool
very
that she got
girly,
back
but she
into
was
it.
fucking rugged. Yeah. Yeah. It's I kind of wonder, sometimes I question why she randomly got back into wrestling, but I'm not gonna press the issue. So if she keeps she's saying that she's gonna keep up with it through high school, so we'll see. She's in
Cool.
8th grade right now. So
Nice. Hopefully she does
it's
keep it up. If she's into it and
yeah.
that's what she wants to do, hopefully she keeps it up.
Yeah, she might start going to I might try and get her to start going to the gym with me and make her a freaking bodybuilder chick, and then she can freaking just like put him in a headlock and
Hulk
give him a
smash.
noogie. Yeah.
Should get me to go to the gym so that I can do this Tough Mudder I said I'm down to do in Indiana.
Yeah,
Put a
you're not
gym in
doing
my
it.
house. I have no excuse other than I just have it.
All right, so I have this day in history for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll dive into that.
All right.
All right, so 1340, English King Edward III is proclaimed King of France. Remember last week when there was a coup? There was two people conspiring to say, hey, if the Spanish
Yeah. The Pope
guy
and
dies without
yeah.
an heir, yeah.
Yeah.
So he must have died without an heir. A week later, this King Edward is named the King of France, and he's an English king,
Yeah.
but now he's the King of France.
Very strange. Is he the king of both countries at the same time? Is that what's going down?
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Interesting. Provocative.
So, very, very. 1784. Benjamin Franklin. I don't know why I was trying to say an L after that F, but it is what it is. So
Franklin.
Franklin.
Ben Franklin expresses his unhappiness over the eagle being the American symbol.
Hmm.
Why?
What do you think about the eagle being the American symbol? It doesn't say why.
Hmm.
I'd
I
have to
think
probe more into it.
growing up, I was like, okay, the Russians have a bear and we have a big bird. We need
It's
something.
fucking the eagles are fucking enormous.
They are
I will
enormous,
say.
but they're not like. What do they have? Like a brown bear or some shit? I think we need a polar bear. We need a whale. We need something huge and dominant that'll take control of that bear and destroy it. Uh,
You
that's
think
Well,
what
whales
eagles
are
are
taking
dominant in the
control?
sky, dog.
I was
they
like,
are.
are they?
They. I mean, when crows mess with them, they take them way up and let them die
Mhm.
and all that shit. They're so
Hmm.
dominant. But listen, Ben Franklin is a huge idol of mine. I have so much respect for all the things that he's like a dude that was from the future because he created so much shit, so much incredible stuff that Ben Franklin did. And I'm such a huge admirer that when I was in Philadelphia, I went and spent some time with him at his grave
Oh,
and sat with him because I admire him so much. He's a genius. But
Bigfoot.
he don't like eagles.
Look at
He don't like
that.
eagles. It's all right. It's okay.
He doesn't like eagles. Um, I so Benjamin
Big fan.
Franklin's a fucking weird ass dude, and there's a lot of conspiracies with him.
Yeah.
Did you know that in his house in England that they found a bunch of dead bodies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
in the
experimenting.
walls. They were in the walls.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yep. 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 He's yep.
You guys will learn I know nothing about history. So this segment,
Hey
here
man,
I'm just here to hang out.
I said something on Facebook and I got frickin' bamboozled into
Reamed.
being called uneducated and shit like that. Although
Mhm.
I know things about history. So listen, David and I promised we weren't going to get into politics on here, but I commented on a Facebook post about the Equal Employment Act being revoked, and I said that it was a good thing, right? And then I got frickin' the first comment was talking shit to me about how uneducated I am. But you cannot repeal or revoke or whatever the fuck. You cannot revoke an act that is signed into law, even with an executive
Right.
order.
Right.
So the act is still fucking there. The act is still in act. What the executive order revoked was another executive order getting rid of DEI hires. That's all it was. So, but I'm uneducated and I don't know anything. But apparently these people are very educated and don't realize that you cannot revoke an act that is signed into law without going through Congress. So, but
Yeah.
I'm the uneducated one. Anyway, rant over on
You're
that.
very educated, sir. Extremely educated. Very,
Thank you.
sir. Yes.
I appreciate it. I
People
appreciate
who-
it.
So many people are so brave on
Behind
the
a
internet.
keyboard. Yeah.
So brave. Holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really agree with DEI myself. We had some run-ins with that. Angie had some run-ins with that. It was I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying
Yeah,
to
no,
control-
me too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Listen, I get it.
Like, yeah,
But it's extreme. That's the problem. It's the extreme left. It's the extreme right. That's the problem. You need to be more, in the middle, man. You need to be. I understand a lot of conservative and believe in a lot of conservative things, and I believe in a lot of liberal things. I get. No one is completely one way or the other. That's the way I look at it. I can't buy that. And if you are, something wrong with you. I think maybe.
yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that statement. Yeah, because I agree with things on both sides, certain things.
Yes.
And I mean, I talk about it on the show. I would label myself more conservative, but I think I might be libertarian at this point. Like, I'm just like, fuck the government, man, all of it. Politicians are not our friends, no matter how well they present themselves as being such. So,
Disguise it.
um,
Right.
yeah.
I love
So,
how Rachel ain't saying shit. I love
No,
she
it's
don't have to.
It's one of those things where it's like
It's muddy water.
I make the choice to really not speak on a lot of it, but at the same time, I'm not as educated and I don't know as much, so I don't like to speak on things when I'm not gonna be able to back it up. So
I don't buy
Right.
that 1 second.
like I said, I'm just hanging out for this section.
We need to
All right,
do a conspiracy Tuesday on Benjamin motherfucking Franklin, man. I
We
love
will.
that dude.
We will. I just
Hellfire
did a
Club?
conspiracy. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just did a conspiracy Tuesday with the ladies from early on Wednesday, as well as Natasha, and it went into avenues that I was not expecting, and
Dude.
people talking over everybody, and I was just like, I think I lost control of the episode, but that's okay, as I love them all.
Yeah, sometimes that needs to
And
happen.
Yes.
And it was a really interesting talk, and I'm glad that it happened. I just lost my fucking notes. So I had to like 2 hours before I recorded. I had to really like write my notes all over again. So, but it was still it was an
That happens a
interesting
lot to you,
topic.
man.
I know, yeah, you've been
Huh?
He
struggling with
loses
that.
his notes a lot.
He does.
I know. Oh, I know, and I'm
Oh,
getting pissed off about it. I have so many notebooks. But yeah, so I was gonna do a true crime topic today, and I lost those notes because they were in the same notebook.
oh damn.
So now it's
But the
open
notebook's
table
here
talk.
somewhere. Yeah, yeah. All right. So next one is in 1802, Congress passes an act calling for a U.S. Capitol Library. So that's like the library of in the Capitol that has all like uh
Every book,
religious
right?
text, Congress text, like government texts and stuff like that. They also have also regular stuff, but it's a huge ass library.
Fun fact: Benjamin Franklin started
You can't
libraries in
shut the fuck up
America.
about
He
Benjamin Franklin, can
started
you?
libraries in America.
Expression.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, sir. You're the man.
Oh my God. All right. 1837, Michigan becomes the 26th state of the United
Ooh,
States of America.
Yeah, it's cold up there.
In
that is.
1887, construction of the Eiffel Tower begins. They break ground today in 1887
Sweet.
to start the
1887.
build.
How long did it take to build that?
I don't know.
It's not in your notes.
315 years, I believe.
Probably 2 days.
315 years?
It still wouldn't be done.
It's 2 days.
2 days.
Two
Yeah, because they
days.
used aliens.
Oh, gotcha. Word.
Yeah.
I believe it now. How did I not?
Oh man. In 1905, the world's largest diamond is discovered in South Africa at a 3,106 carat cullinan
Is
or
that the
whatever,
Hope
whatever
Diamond?
that kind of diamond.
That's not the
I
Hope
don't know.
Diamond? Hmm.
I don't know
Interesting.
if that's it
That's
or not,
crazy.
but it's fucking huge. I saw a picture of it. It's massive. Um, fucking 3,106 carats. Come on now. All right. In 1926, John Logie Baird gives the first public demonstration of television in his laboratory in England.
I don't even think I processed the
So,
words you just
Wait,
said.
John Huda,
He did
what?
what?
John Logie Baird gives the first public demonstration of television in his laboratory in London.
Oh, of
Wow.
television. David, how do you not know this? Aren't you the TV movie guy?
Because
Like, come on now.
what's his name?
Ben
What's his
Franklin
name?
did it first, and this is all a
No.
conspiracy. Oh, okay.
No, the other guy, the inventor that squashes all, you know, relevant
Thomas
stuff.
Edison.
Yes, sir. He
Mm.
likes to hide that stuff so that you don't learn it. And he invented it. I am the one who did it. Although I don't think he did television. I could be wrong.
Mm. He made the TV,
Oh, he did?
supposedly.
Okay.
No, 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 no. The camera. I'm sorry. The video camera
Oh, that's right.
is
So he
what he did.
basically started it, right? Because they're gonna need a way to see this shit. They can't just make, oh look, I can record it, but I don't know how to see it. It's there. I just can't check it out. Sorry. Maybe one day you'll be able to see it, but not today. Tomorrow.
Mm.
If only
Mm.
they believed in
Yeah.
teamwork and collaborations back then.
They didn't, man. He was a
Instead of-
ruthless son of a bitch. He was killing
Well,
elephants.
well,
Fuck that guy.
he did believe in teamwork because he had a company where all these people would come up with these inventions for him, but they would be in his name as if he created them. So,
And you never heard about them. They came up with all this great stuff, but you didn't know their names until, we start to dig and find out who the guy was that invented this and invented that. And
yeah,
then this guy invented the
yeah.
video camera, but he died. mysteriously. Then his son died. It's just a whole lot of shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy,
Craziness.
crazy. Did an episode on it.
It was fun.
Yep.
I learned a lot on that one.
Yeah, I did. I learned a lot researching it. 1924, American skater Charles Dutra claims the first ever Winter Olympic gold medal for 500-meter speed skating in 44 seconds at the, I'm going to say this wrong probably, Chamonix Games in France. Chamonix? Chamonix? I don't know,
Chaminade.
something like that.
Chaminade.
Something
Oh, oui.
I would never do.
Wee
I'm
wee.
not out there skating. Nope.
What? I'm going skating in February.
Ice
Yep.
skating?
Yeah, ice skating.
No
Going ice
way.
skating and snowboarding.
Where?
I rented a cabin in North Conway, New Hampshire in the White Mountains. We're gonna go, my son, my daughter, and my son's girlfriend, we're all gonna go snowboarding.
Nice.
And then we're gonna go ice skating, and the cabin has a hot tub, and I'm just gonna drink fucking Crown and ginger and sit in the fucking hot tub, and I hope the fuck it snows while I'm in the hot tub. That's all. That's
Dude,
all I want.
video of the snow
The
and hot tub.
a view of the mountains with the
Yeah.
snow flurries coming down while I'm sitting in the hot tub. That's
Don't you
like
break no
that's
legs,
what I
man.
really want.
No arms, no
I'll-
legs.
I'll- well, if I do, then I do. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'll still be alive.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. Go ahead and break them.
You know.
Go ahead and break them. On that note, I used to snowboard. Now I'm like, no, I can look at it. That would be nice. If you're
What
warm,
happened?
if you're warm and looking at the snow, there's a difference.
Everybody froze.
So.
Oh,
everybody
really?
froze.
I'm still alive.
I
I'm not frozen.
Am I frozen?
Kevin, I'm here.
No, you're not frozen anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, Rachel, blonde Rachel here.
I am blonde Rachel.
Blonde Rachel. I love blonde Rachel. She's an athlete. If y'all didn't know this.
She is.
She's
No, she
is
used to.
serious
Be,
She played.
athlete.
She played
used
soccer
to
and
be an
volleyball.
athlete.
She used to kick the shit out of the soccer ball hard.
It was funny
And then-
earlier when you were talking about cheering on Kendall and being there and cheering and how you would like speak over the coach and be loud. That's me
Yeah.
to a T.
Yeah.
And I actually got talked to last soccer season by like
Oh,
the
boy.
organization through an email because they were like, you're not allowed to yell and talk to the referees and do all of the things you're doing. And I'm like, then do better. I don't know what to say. If you do better, I don't have to do your job. I don't know. So I'm like,
You should be allowed
Right.
to yell.
I'm
You're a
loud.
parent. That's what
Yeah.
parents do
they
at these
actually
things.
so and it's very different because I used to coach in California like years ago, and
Yep.
now here it's very different, and it's just a fun league. Whatever, nothing's fun for me. It's competitive, or you don't do it. You can still have fun while you're being
Yeah.
competitive. And she, what was I about to say? There was like a point I was getting to with that. I swear. What's my green flag? My red flag? Dang. There was a whole point of it.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna come back to me, and then
Okay.
I'll interrupt you.
So I coached Kendall's soccer team a long time ago, and the league told me to make sure that the parents don't tell the kids what to do on the field. Like they can cheer and everything, but make sure like
Yeah.
I let the parents know. So this one boy, his grandmother and his mother were yelling for him to go to the goal, and I had literally just told him to pass it. So I had to talk to them and be like, look, I was like, I'm not trying to tell you you can't cheer at all. I was like,
Yeah.
by all means. I was like, that's nothing. That means nothing. But like I'm trying to coach him. I was like, and I saw an opportunity for him to pass it for somebody else to possibly score. And I was like, and if you're telling him to go score, there's a possibility that he's gonna listen to you over me because who the fuck am I?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm just a coach. You're his freaking parents. Like he's gonna listen to you over me. I was like, and if he would have went, the way I saw it was if he went for the goal, he was gonna get blocked. The ball was gonna get taken away, and I wanted him. There was this person, and then a person here, and then the goalie, and the person over here, the teammate. I was like, pass it to him
Yeah.
and put it in. So,
So
Yeah.
I do remember.
so yeah, that's it.
I
That's
remember
that.
the that this league that she's in, they do what's called like
Yep.
silent Saturdays. And once every single season, they have a game, a Saturday. You're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed
What?
to speak.
What
And
the fuck?
the coach is allowed to kind of like tell the players where they're supposed to be, tell the players when they need to sub in and out, but even the coach isn't supposed to. So the kids are working together and doing it. So I kind of see it in like I like that because I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
like
yeah,
experimental with that. And I think that that's really awesome for them. But
Mhm.
then on
yeah.
top of that, we're not allowed to talk to the refs at all. And if we need to talk to the coach, it has to be later, whatever. And everything that comes out of our mouth is supposed to be encouraging or supportive. And I'm very like, what are you doing? Why do you do that? But I'm not like, you suck. You're the, that's not what I mean, or that's not what I would be doing. But I am going to offer, did you not see her over there? Did you not? Why do you do this? And I'm loud, and loud is intimidating. So I'm
I
not
don't
going to
think there's
apologize
anything
for it.
wrong with yelling or cheering or any of that stuff. It's when you start punching other parents and the ref. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's don't do that. You should be allowed to scream whatever except against what the coach is saying. Clearly, you don't want to do that. But dude, let them enjoy their child on the field, for Christ's sake. As long as they're not hurting anybody. Or like my grandsons are in soccer and they live in Virginia, so a stepson will do like a video we'll get to watch. And the oldest, he's now 16, but at the time he was 14. He's giant. He's a 6'1", right? So he's like an adult playing with kids out there. And you can hear like the opposite team, like the parents on the opposite team were like, knock that giant boy down, knock him down. I was like, holy shit, they're trying to hurt my grandson. That's bullshit. But
it is
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't do that.
Look, I could talk on this forever.
No.
I have so many more stories.
Me too.
And one of them is that in high school, I was given a red card and ejected and couldn't play the next game because I tried to fight the ref. And I'm not the same person I was. I'm not the same person. I'm very different.
Oh
than I
man,
was in high school.
that reminds me of a TikTok you posted.
Oh. No
Right,
clue.
you tried to bite the. How did you try to bite?
I
Fight.
can't.
Oh, okay.
Like I ran up on him, pushed him, and
Okay.
was like, "Make a different call."
Oh my god, I'm an adult. I need to calm down.
Did you throw a punch?
Yes, I love it. I love that. Did I what?
Did you throw a punch?
No.
How did you
No,
try
but I
to-
pushed him. So I pushed him, and I was screaming in his face.
Uh-huh.
That is
Wow.
so
And
Unhit-
as the
an unhinged
captain,
Rachel.
you're not. Yeah, but I'm not her. She's not me. We're not one and the same anymore.
Yeah.
I would never.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mhm.
god. All right, moving on to 1939. Dictator Franciscan Franco and his nationalist army conquer Barcelona.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
So, anyways,
Francisco.
Francisco. I don't know much about this guy, but apparently he was a dictator, and his troops conquered Barcelona.
Well, that son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's my home country. Goddamn it! I'll be doing that.
Barcelona?
Spain.
Is it?
Portugal, Spain. Yeah, that's where my last.
Yeah.
Name comes
Okay.
from. It comes from that area.
All right.
It means salt.
All right.
Salt marsh. Did you know that my last name means salt marsh?
I did not. I did not.
And I love salt, which is probably why I got to my issues.
Interesting.
Yeah. Provocative.
I cannot with you guys.
1961. Are You Lonesome Tonight by Elvis Presley hits #1 on the charts.
Yes. Still not alive. I'm still
What?
not alive. 1961. I'm 11 years from being born. Let's go.
All right. Well, the next one, you're definitely alive. I know this for a fact because I was also alive.
Oh, shit.
Was I alive?
1992.
Yes.
Super Bowl 26. The Washington Redskins beat Buffalo Bills 37-24.
Yeah. They lost 4 in a
Which-
row, man.
Yeah,
Buffalo Bills.
which they might be in the Super Bowl together again this year, except they will be the Washington Commanders.
I hope so, man. I don't want to see Arnie's team go. I don't want to see it. I want to see Arnie's team lose. Yeah,
I don't like the. I've never.
Is
Well,
Arnie's team
I
the
don't know.
Eagles?
Mick.
yeah.
Which
Yeah,
one? Okay.
McNabb was a good player. That was
He was
probably like
good.
the Eel.
Never won a Super
Yeah.
Bowl. He was really good. The reason why I don't like them is because Ben Franklin also doesn't like them. He
Mm,
hates them, and we know this
Yeah.
already.
he's got something against Eagles. Gotcha.
Big time, man. Sorry, Arnie.
Definitely don't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again.
No,
But
I'm
if
I'm
they
both of
if
those
they
two.
win, they win. If they win, they win. It's not the end of the world. But
Buffalo
they're
versus
being
Washington.
treated
That's what I want.
like Tom Brady and the Patriots are because they're so um um good, I guess. I don't
Good,
know.
yeah.
They're being accused of cheating all the time now.
Well, yeah, yeah. This would be a three-peat, right? If he wins this year, if they win this year.
Yes, it'll be
And who
3
was the last person?
Super Bowls in a row.
The last team was what? The Patriots that did that, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
I
Okay.
thought it was the Lakers in 2008,
Oh my God.
but never mind. My bad. Wrong sport.
Uh it's funny because
Oh.
I do have something about the Lakers in this day in
Bring it.
history.
You do.
But I'm not going to tell you yet because I'm not there.
Okay.
Son.
So, 1998, Bill Clinton denies his affair with Monica Lewinsky. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
She had them with me. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the
Yes.
second part of that.
In 2005, I'm gonna fuck up her name, but Condoleezza, I
Yep.
think that's right. Actually,
got it right.
Condoleezza Rice is sworn into U.S. Secretary of State as the first Black woman to hold the post.
Mm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Good job. All right, 2020. This is the last thing that I have, but also a Lakers story. Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash in the hills of
Dude.
Calabasas, California. Calabasas. Which was a terrible day for a lot of people who loved Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
Unfortunately, his daughter was also with him, which sucks.
Yeah.
But
Makes it worse. Yeah.
yeah.
And so many other people. I remember
There's a
where I was, what I was doing, all of that. I remember after it happened. So a lot of my family lives in that area. So I was out there
Yep.
often, and we went to like his gym that he had where he would also like coach and be there. And they did this beautiful, beautiful like memorial area. And we went there, and I don't know why like things affect me so much when I was like, I could appreciate Kobe in a sense, but I was never a Kobe fan. So even though I was a Laker fan, I was never a Kobe on the court fan, I should say. He did a lot of cool things outside of it, but no.
I hated him when he would play against my team. It was because he was so damn good.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
damn
Like,
good.
amazing, but I don't know. I have something against the goats. Like, I have something against the people that are like tokened as the best in what they do, because they are. Like, he has the skill. When people talk about other, it drives me
So
nuts, I guess.
you don't like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Sapiel Jr. Is that what you're saying?
The third, yeah, I do.
Okay.
The other two, and I don't want to
Who's the
say I
GOAT?
don't like them, because that's not it. But it was like, I don't know. I guess I root for the underdog in life, and so there's something about when someone gets all of it, and I'm like, but did you see every other fucking player out there? Come on, get out of my face. So
I saw them, but they weren't
So
good.
when Michael Jordan was playing, it was him, Scottie Pippen, and
Dennis
Muggsy
Rodman.
somebody
Bogues.
else. I can't.
I was just kidding.
No, that was Golden State Nuggets, bro.
I know. I'm
Golden
just saying
State
that
Warriors.
time
Sorry.
area. Like, you think of that time area. It's like,
Right.
ah,
Because the Space Jam.
Yeah.
Space Jam is where a lot of us as kids learned about basketball players.
right.
I was
No,
an
my
adult
dad
when
and my
that
brother,
came
huge
Oh,
Chicago Bulls
Dennis
fans.
Rodman.
Dennis
Dennis
Rodman.
Rodman.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. That was a phenomenal era.
Yeah.
You know, when they were playing, it was all of them. It wasn't just Michael Jordan being like fucking perpetuated. It was all three of them,
He was the
and
reason I started
fucking
watching basketball because he was so incredible.
yes, me too. That's why I'm a
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I started as
Yeah,
a Chicago Bulls fan. Big time. Big
yeah,
time. I
me too. That's how
remember
it's. I mean, I
it's
don't really watch basketball now, but
I do. Rachel, I remember when
Yeah.
where I was when he died also, when Kobe died. I was in the Target checkout line, and the
were.
person in the next checkout line over they were talking about, did you hear that Kobe died? And that's how I found out.
Yeah.
And I
ouch.
quickly checked, and sure enough, it was true. I didn't believe it. I was like, "There's not true." But yeah,
We had family over because we had just celebrated my 30th birthday the night before, and
Wow.
we had family over and we were all out there, and I don't remember specifically if it was my dad or my brother coming in and saying it, but I do remember my older brother like in tears and my dad like what the heck, and more so of the entire situation, like
hmm
what, like
Right, right.
other people, like all of it. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy,
very
but
sad.
very
But it happens,
extremely.
you know,
It does happen,
unfortunately.
and we have no power over it.
Right.
So, anyways, let's get into our second segment here.
Beautiful red guy. I love it.
Mira, y se mira esto como de luz pasando, pero no se graba muy bien. Y luego después sale como un señor, mira, se para ahí y como que se convierte en un señor, mira. Y se queda ahí, ahí todavía está corriendo el reloj de la cámara, se está grabando, mira, se mira como dos cabezas, pues dos personas se mira ahí atravesadas a la misma vez, que tienen como una lámpara, a lo mejor es una pareja, pero no sé, a veces empieza a mover y la cámara ya no lo graba muy bien, pero a veces mira que se está yendo por aquí.
Yeah.
So, what did he say?
He said, "Look at this. You can see a light, and all of a sudden, it becomes a person. But when he closes in on it, you can see what looked like two people almost
Yeah,
together,
it kind of looked like a guy holding a child to me.
right? And they're like right there. You see two heads, and then you see it start to fade away and kind of go in
Yep.
the opposite direction. Now, is it a ghost? I don't know. I can't prove
Or
if
it's a
it's a
terrible
ghost or not.
camera.
It could be a terrible
I was gonna
camera. It
say
could
it
be a
looked like a
glitch.
mirrored image to me. It didn't look like the other was smaller, and maybe I didn't see it properly. Maybe I need
No,
to
that's
see it
what I
again.
thought
But
at
it did
first.
look like a mirrored image where they
Yeah.
were the same.
But then I saw, if
Yeah.
you look at it again, you'll see that the other person looks a little smaller. So my initial was like, it's a guy with his woman or a girl who looks a little bit smaller than that.
Hmm.
And they seem to be like conjoined almost, like they're so close together that it's there, or maybe it's just a camera angle. But I thought it was very provocative video. It gave me the chills when I saw it, and that's all I need when I need to share something. I share that shit. That's what I did. Creepy though, right?
Very creepy,
It
actually.
is weird.
Very creepy-esque.
Yes.
It's strange. It's definitely something to speculate and ponder on for sure. Um, I have a feeling that it's just a low resolution, slow camera where when something moves, it doesn't catch it as it's really moving, kind
Could
of thing.
very well be. Yeah. I wish I had the
So,
resources to like really investigate this stuff and like
yeah,
get the video, piece it down,
yeah,
figure out what camera was used and
it's
see if that had issues.
right, right. Yeah, it's still
One day.
interesting though to see like a glowing orb and be right here, and then all of a sudden there's a person.
Right.
That's the part I can't
You know?
explain. Why was even if it was a camera malfunction, why is it a glowing orb? Why couldn't it just be
Yep.
like a
When it
lagging
looks like the
person?
little, oh, I was gonna say when it looks like the little dust, the orb where it's not all lit
Yeah.
up.
That was just cool to me because at one point you see them, it's an orb, and then it does look like people, but then it disappears again. Orb. people.
Yeah. Hmm.
So could be. I think Kevin may be right on this one. I just think that without further investigation, we'll not know. We'll just never know. Unexplained. And if you want more videos like that, follow down the rabbit hole on Instagram, Facebook, X, everywhere.
And follow his cinema one because he talks about movies, which we're gonna get into right fucking meow.
Yeah. Right, meow?
Yeah, I need
meow.
to make a video intro for this segment because I think this is gonna be a good segment to do.
Rach, jump in. I know you don't
No.
know any of them.
I'm gonna know more than you. Actually,
Okay,
let's go.
let's do it.
Go.
Oh, the
All right.
commander has awoken.
The first quote, people in the comments section, feel free to throw out guesses as well.
Yes, do it for us.
Very first one is life is not a spectator sport. If watching is all you're going to do, then you're going to watch your life go by without you.
Damn it. Rach?
No, I have no idea.
Damn, he was gonna come correct.
I
this
know
week.
he
I
did say
knew
he
it.
was gonna bring them harder because you got all of them. No, you missed one. You missed one last week,
I missed
right?
He only missed
Toy
the
Story?
animation one.
The
Yeah.
animation
Yeah.
one.
See, I knew that one, so just want to
Which
point that out.
I will tell you this is a Disney cartoon.
Say it one more time.
Oh, that
Read it
explains
again.
I don't. Yeah, read
Life
one time.
is not a spectator sport. If watching is all you're going to do, then you're going to watch your life go by without you.
Cartoon. Don't know it.
I don't know. I wish I did. Tell me the time frame. Is it old?
It's 90s.
I don't know. Go ahead. Damn it.
Yeah.
wanna
The
know.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Dang, no.
Jesus. All right.
Not one of my
Cheez
faves.
Its. All right. Next one. Next one. Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one.
Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. Is that another cartoon?
It is another cartoon.
Alice in Wonderland. Just throwing that out.
No. Incorrect,
Rach.
sir.
I have no guesses. Like, it's as if my mind goes blank and I've never seen a movie in my life. That's how I feel in this moment.
Anybody watching have a guess on this one? Sometimes the right
April said
path is
Aladdin.
not the easiest one.
Aladdin?
Yeah, but was that on the last quote?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not
Is that
sure.
the one with Robin Williams? Aladdin? Is that it?
Aladdin would be with Robin Williams, yeah.
Sounds like something he would say. I'll go with Aladdin for this one because I know she's picking Aladdin for the last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
And
not Aladdin.
so one more time, sometimes the right path is not the easiest one.
Allie says Pocahontas.
Dang it. Is she right?
I don't know. Go for it.
She's right. She's right. Pocahontas. His grandmother Willow who said it.
Man.
She's probably looking it up.
I was like, she wrote these notes for you because you couldn't find your notebook. You're reading out of her notebook, cheater.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yes, non-cartoon, please.
It is not a cartoon. But Brondo's got the... I'm sorry, let me start over. Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
Idiocracy.
Ding, ding, ding! Woo, there you go.
I've never heard of
Idiocracy.
that movie.
Woo! It's a hilarious dumb movie.
They made Fox famous.
Mm.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did. It's hilarious.
All right. The next one is, you know how many foods are shaped like dicks? The best kind.
Super
Super
bad.
bad.
Dang it, I beat you.
Oh! All right, all right. Good
All
job.
right. Next one is, it's not the house that is haunted. It's your son.
Mm.
I know this one. Oh, shit. Fuck. It stars the guy that's
Does
in
it
the
have
other
John
haunt-
Krasinski? Is he in it?
No.
No,
I don't know who that is.
he's from The Office. He's Jim.
Insidious.
You're probably right. I don't know.
Insidious. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Now I want to know if he's in it so I can see if I was right.
John Krasinski's not in Insidious. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Good night.
Yeah, no, he's not in
Hey,
it.
thanks
Yeah,
for
no, he's
playing.
not in it.
Simmer
Thanks
down.
for playing.
Simmer down now. Turn his mic off. Turn it off. Mute him.
All right. Next one is some people are worth melting for.
Oh, that's so cute. Is it Wizard of Oz?
No,
Wicked? What is it?
no.
Good one.
I know what it is. I can like.
Some people are worth melting for.
Oh, it's Olaf.
Do you know? It's
Frozen.
animated.
Yeah, it's Frozen.
Yes. Yep.
Of course.
There
I
you
was
go.
thinking the witch melt, so I
There
was
you
like,
go.
there.
Never
but-
seen Frozen. Never seen it.
I mean, watch a movie, please. Is this not your segment? Gosh.
He knows.
Yeah.
That's why he picked all these
I mean-
animation movies. That's why.
I would like to point out I have two. Okay.
I have two too.
A choo-choo?
I have two too.
All right. Next one. This one should be pretty easy.
Okay.
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Days of Thunder.
See, I instantly am like Talladega
Oh,
Nights, but
fuck.
no.
Come on now. Come on, meow.
Is it not? So it's not Talladega Nights. Is it a horse one? Is it Secretariat? What is it?
No.
It's a
Ask
not
any racer, any real racer. It don't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Hmm.
The quote before this quote was,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, dude, I almost had you."
Mm,
God damn. It's not Talladega Nights?
mm.
No.
Damn, it's not Days of Thunder.
All right.
Hit it. I don't know.
Baby
this-
Driver.
All right.
I have no
Give
idea.
it to us.
Baby Driver.
Fast
That's
and
a good
Furious.
fucking movie. I love that
Joel.
movie.
I'm
It is.
just throwing stuff
it's the-
out. I don't know.
It's the Fast and the Furious.
Never
Aw,
seen any
Joel.
of them. Never seen one.
Joel
never seen
wins?
two. Never
two,
seen
one.
none of them. None of them.
Why? What's your problem?
I don't like Vin Diesel.
Yeah. What's their problem?
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the guy that died.
He's not a great actor.
terrible.
I was just wondering
I
what the
thought-
reason was.
I think Paul Walker's amazing.
I
eh?
like
Walker's
Dwayne
amazing.
Johnson. He's in him, but I still didn't watch it. It wasn't good enough. Rocky.
I don't like The Rock.
You don't like The Rock? We were
all
born
right.
on the
La-
same.
this is the
exact
last
day
quote.
and year. Me and The Rock.
Ye-
We're very different. though.
Yippity doo dah day. Yeah.
Is that the quote?
I'll send you some stickers for that.
oh,
You know.
I was
Thank you.
like,
I deserve them. I have
You're
earned
welcome.
those.
I'll put on a chart under David's name a couple gold stars for that.
Yeah.
All right, this is the last quote of the movie quote section.
I
You may what? Stop fucking interrupting me, all right?
I-
God. All right.
Okay.
You may wake
Yes,
up
yes,
one
go ahead.
day
uh-huh.
and find yourself extinct.
That's another cartoon, isn't it? Land Before
Nope.
Time.
it's very
Damn it.
contradictory.
Nope. You may wake up one day and find yourself extinct.
Zombieland. no
That's not
idea.
a bad guess. It's not a bad
don't know.
guess. I'm thinking that Pauly Shore
That is not a
movie
bad
with What's
guess.
his face?
Encino Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what popped in my head.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I really like that movie.
It's pretty funny.
But that's not it. Anybody watching have a guess
Comments. Come
on
on.
you
I
may
wanna look.
wake up one day and find yourself extinct?
Ice Age.
April says Ice Age.
Oh, but
It's not an
cartoon.
animated movie.
Yeah, that's what I was.
It's rated R. It's a rated R movie.
Oh, it's rated R. Well, Deadpool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He came with some good
All
ones
right.
this week.
I know.
Tough ones.
The answer is Blade.
Ah,
Deacon Frost says it.
nice, nice. Because he's a daywalker.
We
Wesley
tied, by the way. I
Snipes
just
No.
want to point that out.
Deacon Frost is not a day walker.
You have another one to break the tie there, Kevs?
Ah, you want to know what? Let
You got another one to
me
break the tie?
consult the computer. I'll give you one.
That's the computer. In case you didn't know.
Movie.
I'm so glad you're here, Rach. This is awesome.
I'm happy to
Me
be
too.
here, and I'm so like,
Me too.
if I don't win right now, I'm leaving. Actually, so.
You're gonna
Just
lose,
kidding.
girl. You're gonna lose. It's over.
Nah.
Might as well turn your camera off now. I mean,
All right, I got one. Ready?
mm,
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Brokeback Mountain.
Darn it.
You're
Boo.
correct.
I'm just kidding.
Boom,
All right.
son.
Good job, David.
Yeah. I remember I saw that movie with an old girlfriend of mine, and I was uncomfortable throughout the whole movie.
Now go
But-
watch The Wild Robot and put that on your.
I
Instagram.
freaking yeah. I watched Brokeback Mountain when I was in high school with my high school girlfriend, and they jumped off the cliff right into the water. And I was like, "Oh, that looks like fun." And she went and told her dad that I thought it looked like fun to jump naked off a cliff with a friend or something
Oh.
like that. And I was like, "What?"
That was not good.
And he made fun of me for the rest of the fucking for like a
Holy
year.
shit.
Every
guys
time he
don't do
saw
that?
like no. I jump off cliffs into water, just not naked,
Gotcha. Word.
especially with other men.
I was gonna say
Not
you
that
guys are.
like
He went to Nice Back Mountain. That's where he went.
Nice back. The Notebook.
Yeah.
Connie said notebook for the I wish I knew how to quit you. But she was incorrect. So,
I would-
but nice
I would
try,
wrong,
Connie.
Connie.
Appreciate you participating.
Connie, you're wrong. Just kidding.
All right,
That's
next
fucked up.
segment.
I
This
love
fucked
Connie,
up.
so it's fine.
I love Connie too. She's amazing. I love her stuff. Her YouTube.
Yeah.
Man,
Amanda, are you listening? That's right.
all right. First story of Gus the Florida Man. Man creeps by a woman ironing her clothes and enters her bedroom where he rifled through gems in her jewelry box and helped himself to her checkbook. After ironing, the woman would enter her room to find a strange man fast asleep under her bed. He downed vodka and Valium that morning and felt drowsy during his burglary that he thought no one would find him under the bedroom bed as he would to take a nap. So the woman would actually shake the shit out of him, trying to wake him up, and he never woke up. And he didn't wake up until the police got there to arrest him. Like they dragged him out, and he didn't wake up until he was already in handcuffs.
Very Florida. Sounds very Florida.
I was gonna say that's too basic. Doesn't have an
It's too
animal
basic.
eating out of what? Okay, go ahead. Next.
Okay. Next.
Right, story number 2. All right, story number 2. Burglars took teamwork to the next level when they called 911 to assist in moving items out of the home they were robbing. Police arrived to see a man and his girlfriend saying they needed help moving their items. The woman even asked for a ride to the airport because they wanted to spend the weekend in New York. Turns out that the police had been looking for said man as being a burglar suspect of the Dollar General as he was caught on camera. So they immediately called bullshit on this whole thing, and come to find out it was not their house. In fact, the house wasn't being lived in, but it still had furniture and stuff, but it was not owned by these two people, and they immediately arrested them both.
That sounds even more.
So
bloody.
calling 911 for your own arrest.
It's precious. It's very precious. What say you, Rach?
Well, that's like I feel like that's too typical. Like that's probably a regular Tuesday in Florida. That's probably happened numerous times there. So I'm still waiting for more.
She's an expert
Okay.
in this, I think, because she does a lot of. Don't you do some Florida stuff on the show?
I have, but I
Yeah.
also just read a lot of bizarre articles and go, "What the fuck?
Okay,
What
I
the
need
Florida?"
to listen to her. She knows. Okay, let's get that last one.
All right, last story. Man walks into bank, flashes gun, and demands money. The teller asks him if he needs a bag, and the man replies, "You damn right it's a real gun." On a hunt, the teller would sound the alarm, in which the man had no reaction to. Turns out the man was deaf and was promptly arrested. He even tried suing the bank for apparently abusing his disability, which he lost.
Damn. That's not basic.
That's not basic at all.
All right. I'll go with number 3.
I was
I'll go
gonna
with
say
number
right
3.
now to me it's 3, 1, 2. But since you're going with 3, it makes me want to go with 1. I'll choose 1. You can have 3.
But that's the basic one, Rach. You said, remember?
I know, but
Basic.
2 was more basic. Like 2, like I said, like I feel like that happens there all the time, but I don't think it's 2. So
Yeah.
I'll go with 1. You can have 3.
911 for. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with
What happens?
deaf guy in Florida.
Deaf guy, and Rachel's going with the man that
First one.
took a nap.
Anyone else out there? Anyone want to make a choice? 1, 2, or 3?
Let's see.
Yeah, we got
Diana?
5 people in the chat.
Connage,
How do you see?
Joe mustache.
Is he in there? I don't know how to look.
I
to see
can't
who's
tell
in there.
who. I can't tell who's in there. I can
Oh,
just.
okay.
I can only see a number of how many people are.
Gotcha. Joel says 3.
Through.
Traitor! You traitor!
Right here, bro. Right here. Boom. That's right.
All right.
Don't come home tonight. You're grounded. Just kidding.
He can.
So
The
I
point.
will tell you right now. In Northeast England,
Mm.
a
Diana
man
says 2.
downed vodka. A man downed vodka
Boo.
and Valium and fell asleep underneath a bed
Boo.
while trying to
Undefeated, baby.
burglarize the home.
That's right.
I hope you're wrong. I hope it's 2.
Well, we'll see.
Boys.
Oh, Connie says 2 also. Diana and Connie say
Diana.
2.
Diana and Connor's. Connor.
Conathan.
I can't fucking speak today,
No.
bro. Fuck. So in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
a couple will call 911.
Damn it.
Boom.
Joel. We were
But the
bamboozled,
deaf
Joel.
guy was the deaf guy was in Germany.
Germany, son of a bitch. Is it Germany, Florida?
Germany, Florida.
Yes,
Ugh.
it was. You're so right. Yeah. hmm
Florida stories.
I was trying. So it's funny. Because when I was looking up these stories, I was trying to find one in Maine, and I know that they're out there. I just couldn't
Oh, yeah.
find one. And while I was doing that, I found out that just a couple streets over, during this week, there was a big fucking drug raid in my town
Really?
that led to the arrest of 6 people,
Wow.
ranging from the ages of 28 to 48.
I still wouldn't have chose Florida for that one either because that's too basic as well. Even if
But
you would've
it
brought
wasn't
that.
stupid. It wasn't like a
exactly.
stupid story. It was just a
Yeah.
regular drug bust, you know.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck? But I did find one that I almost used, but I was like, it doesn't sound like it's stupid, but it doesn't sound stupid enough. Where these 2 guys stole a Chrysler. I think it was in Bangor, Maine. And it was they stole a Chrysler 500 or something like that. And while they were fleeing, a relative of the person who owned the car would jump in their van to chase them down, and then they would crash into the van and be arrested on scene while they were getting their wounds treated because they smashed up their faces, I guess. So the ambulance, the EMTs were there like tending to them, and then the cops were like, "All right, you guys are arrested." So, but that wasn't stupid enough. Like it's
Yeah.
stupid, obviously. Like committing any crime is pretty stupid, but
Yeah.
They're
agreed.
stupid.
it wasn't
and there's,
like, funny.
Bizarre. Like
Yeah, I like it when it's hilarious. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I should send
That's what I go
you
for.
my notes from when I did. So one of our segments that we've done every once in a while is the ABC of crime, and so
Yes.
the alphabet. And I did do a Florida one, so I should just send you that so you have that list if you ever like need to pull a Florida story. Like, but there's so many out
Yeah.
there that it's not hard to find them.
You should do
Oh
a,
my
ABCs of
god,
crime,
yes.
all Florida. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I did
Oh,
a whole
that's
Florida
awesome.
segment from A
That's
through
awesome.
Z, and
I actually remember that.
yeah, it's nuts.
You
Like,
should do like
that's
another
crazy.
one where it's all Maine and like be like, yeah, this is for Kevin Sapiel Jr.
See, but like he said,
Maine
like it's
stories.
harder to find in certain states. Florida's built different. Like there is no other
Yeah.
way to say it. Like they're crazy.
It's true.
Yeah.
Amanda lives there. She knows.
Here, like when
She
I went
knows. Yeah.
when I went there, I really enjoyed my time there, but
Mhm.
holy fuck,
Yeah.
the stories,
Yeah.
man, it's wild.
I
My
love one of
brother
the
It
lives
things you
in
were
is
Florida.
saying when you
wild.
went there. You said, I have never seen so many people compacted in such a small space ever in my life. And I was like, oh shit, that's a new way of looking at that. I never, because I live in a city, I'm used to that stuff, but you're not. You live in a small town and you're in Miami, right? And there was just tons of people, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
weird.
I couldn't fucking walk down the street without seeing at least 100 people. And that's just like a like less than a quarter mile section
Damn.
of a street, you know? And it was constantly busy even at night. There was freaking people everywhere. I could hear them yelling and shouting at fucking midnight, 1 o'clock and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, we stayed in South Beach. So
Nice.
apparently that's not a good place to stay. There's a lot of crime down there. We didn't witness any, but you know, we
Good.
still have the story from Key West that my kids love, and that was when I had to go to the bathroom really bad before we went out on a dolphin watch cruise and snorkeling cruise. Um, and I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, I didn't want to get caught on the fucking boat and to take a shit. So I went in and I'm sitting in the stall. There's 2 stalls and 1 urinal. And I'm sitting there and I just hear this guy and I'm just like, damn, that guy really has to go. And I look down and he's to my right, which is where the urinal is, and I see his feet facing out. And I'm
No.
just like, I was like,
I don't like
that's
it.
not a toilet. I was like, is that a toilet? I was like, I could have sworn there was a urinal there. So
Holy
not
shit.
thinking anything. I just watched the TikTok videos on my phone because that helps me, get through the time of taking a shit. So and I hear him making a whole lot of noise, and then I hear my kids laughing hysterically.
Oh my
So
god.
this door to this bathroom was wide open, and my kids were
Oh.
standing right in front of the door.
No, God, no. Ugh.
So I come out of the stall, and I turn my head. Well, at first I see this guy leaning up against one of those half wall stalls, and he's just like
Stop
like
acting
that.
out right now.
When I turn my head and I just see shit covered in the urinal, I was like, it is a urinal. And I go, oh, somebody couldn't wait. And then I just walked out. And like when I said it, my kids just died. They're like that. And I walk out and I go, and I look at them and I think the guy's wife was standing right there too. And I go, I just shit in the urinal. And she looks at me and goes, oh, like, dang it. And my kids just died laughing. And they said, as we were walking away, we are walking down the boardwalk towards our charter. And telling me the story. They're like, he walked in and he was like this, and then we had no idea what was gonna happen. They're like, we didn't fucking we weren't like watching him. We just noticed him, and he turned around and looked right at us at like eye contact while he shit in the urinal.
Goodness gracious.
That was a drunk man, I'm assuming. I'm assuming he was very drunk.
I don't know. He didn't. He was. He
Or
was.
an
He really
alien.
needed to go. He just
might have
really
been an
needed to
alien.
go. He just really needed to
Close
go.
the door. Like, sorry. That's the least
Yeah,
you can
there's
do. Just close the door.
I- Yeah, that would have been totally. It wouldn't have been a story if he just closed the door.
Yeah,
He clearly wanted an audience. He wanted people to see what he was doing.
I believe it.
I guess.
I think the weird thing is that he made eye contact with 2 children while he did it.
That's very weird. Yes, extremely puzzling, disturbing.
Oh man, David, do you have a news story?
Yeah, I have a few. Let me pull out the old
All right,
iPhone-age. Hit it.
Hit it.
You're not gonna do the news thingy thing. He is.
gotta fucking get to it, bro. Allie, if you're watching, can you bring me coffee, please?
Aw. Thank you, Allie. Hey, here's the news that I like.
All right.
Blockbuster Video is coming back with clubs and restaurants. How about that?
What?
Yep. That's a
Is
thing.
it going to be
Huh.
like a store to get movies?
Yeah, they're
Really?
wondering if there's going to be DJs playing there, but yeah, it's going to be a store to get movies. Cray cray. Okay, here we go. Next one.
Right. Right.
I mean, it is cray
That's-
cray, especially since, I mean, streaming devices, right? So, like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
see it. Like, I love it. I think that that's like a cool, like, retro thing. I'd probably go just to hang out and say I was there, but do people rent movies?
Not that way anymore. They would
Exactly.
have to be on streaming, and they did
Right.
try. They arrived late to the streaming game, so late that it destroyed them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Next story: the ozone layer is reportedly on track to fully
Thank
recover
you.
by 2066.
Really?
Interesting, right? A hole that opens annually in the ozone layer over Earth's southern pole was smaller compared to previous years. Scientists at NASA and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicts the ozone layer to fully recover by 2066. That's some good news. Definitely could use that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this was interesting. A doctor says he knows how the brain creates consciousness. New evidence suggests he's onto something. Stuart Hameroff has faced 3 decades of criticism for his quantum consciousness theory, but new studies show that the idea may not be as fringe as once believed. Fucking brilliant.
Mm.
And also, I don't know. I know I've talked about the Willow chip from Google before, and I was like, why haven't they discussed? Because they were finding so much interesting shit off that chip. At one point, they believed that they were talking to entities from another dimension through the chip. So
Wow.
found out that they were finding these anomalies in like they were asking it all these questions and they were getting all this data back, but some of the data was showing like hieroglyphs and some sort of weird ancient kind of looking text, right? And so they looked it up and there were Sumerian writings, there was hieroglyphs from Egypt, there was, for whatever reason, it was outputting some of these texts, and they still don't know why, but they promptly shut Willow down and haven't said why or what or whatever. So I mean, I thought this was one of the hugest stories of the year, if not the decade, because this thing could change life as we know it, and now they shut it down. Because it could be bad, it could be horrible, or it could be freaking wonderful. Like it solves all these crises, like it figures out how to feed everyone, it figures out you know, whatever, everything that's bad would be great, but it could also do some horrible shit. Next story. U.S. engineers turn salty seawater into drinking water with new cheap method. Researchers from University of Michigan and Rice University have developed carbon cloth electrodes that effectively remove boron from seawater, lowering both the cost and energy consumption of desalination. I think I said that right. Salination, that's part of my name. The breakthrough streamlines the process by eliminating the need for expensive chemicals and an addition reserve osmosis stage. The innovative device captures boron using hydroxide ions and positive electrodes, ensuring safer drinking water while reducing costs by 15%, which translates to a savings of 20 cents per cubic meter. That can solve a lot of problems. That can solve like water like taking over Florida or California, you know, like covering parts of Italy. That could solve problems. We can drink it. It's just, where's the piss going to go? That's the, you know, is it going to be too much? That's all the stories I got.
Those are interesting stories, nonetheless. Rachel, do you want to do like a quick rundown of the Lucy at all, or Layla? That's what it was. Layla.
I was like, who is Lucy?
All right.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't do
sorry. I
that.
apologize. All
No,
right.
that's okay. I was
Oh.
like, have I covered a Lucy? Because I know we had kind of talked about talking about certain things.
Yeah. It's You probably did. I don't know. There's a lot of names. And I gotta look for updates on some of them because well, you sent me an update on one of them that was made it home.
Yep.
Um,
Trying to think
Oh,
which,
that was
because I know that I had updated you on one of them. I think it was John Oakley. Oakley,
yeah,
and he
yes,
was no longer with us.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then the girl Alyssa Umbaugh, she was home.
Yep,
So
yep,
that was good.
yeah. And that was she. Did you find out if she was found with that guy that they
No.
thought? Okay.
No, but I also did not look into it after I had sent you that. I read that and was just happy she was there. So
Mm-hmm.
I could have done more research
Mm-hmm.
and I did not. So
Yeah.
yeah, Heather and
I heard
I
about
go ahead.
I heard about Layla last year. I posted her on
Yep.
my Instagram. She's out in Tennessee. I kind of like had this weird thinking that she would be found within like a week, but
No.
apparently to this day she has not. So,
I think that was a lot of people's thoughts for her. Um,
hmm
I think it was even her own family's thoughts in the beginning as well. And so Layla Santinello, she went missing out of Kingsport, Tennessee, and she went missing actually June 27th of 2023, if I'm
hmm
correct. It wasn't 24 because it's been over a year. Now I'm like, is it 23 or 24? I can't keep up now that we're in 2025. And I just
It's,
covered it.
it's 2024 because I posted about her in well, I remember it being warm. I don't remember the exact date, so I'm pretty sure I posted about it within like the first week of her disappearance.
Yeah, but I think it's been over the year. That's why I'm like, I think it was 23. Anyways, she has been missing
Mm.
and she she was 20 when she went missing. She is a mom. She
Yep.
had a 2-year-old daughter and her daughter was living with her mother. So I follow a lot of group pages for a lot of missing people to try to stay up to date, and her mom, her biological mom, Jennifer Santinello, and her stepmom, so married to her father, which they
mhm.
didn't live locally. They lived in maybe North Carolina. Um, she also has a page dedicated to finding her. And so I'm on both of those pages and I'm actively looking at all of the different things that they're putting out about her. And originally they thought that she had went missing from like an ice cream shop locally, that was like the
Yep.
last known spot that she was at because someone went into the ice cream shop with no shoes, really kind of like out of it, kind of making it seem like she needed help and then saying that she was going to go call for help, call someone to come pick her up. The person didn't arrive to come and get her. So then she went over to the Five Below. So they thought that was the last time she was seen. And the police and the investigators, they went on that lead. Well, that got debunked. And so that was something that
Okay.
was like held on to for a while, thinking it was the last moment. And it ended up being just another local girl. And that's one of the things that I think frustrated me when I was following this case because we always say it like all the time on like Mother Like Murder and in general. If you see something, say something. If you see something, say
Right.
something. Get the word out there. And so this worker at the ice cream shop, she turned it in saying, like, I think this was Layla. She did everything right. Well, it was this girl who it was her. Why did it take so long for her to come forward and be like, that was me? And maybe there is that little bit of she never knew. She never knew Layla was
Yeah.
missing. She never knew she was even looked at in this way. But when I looked into it, she was contacted because she used that worker's phone to make a phone call and they looked into her. So I don't know why they held on to that for so long. And that bothers me. The
Mm.
last location that they think now, the one that has like the most credit, was like a hotel, AmeriCorp motel or hotel in Kingsport. People said that they saw her. She asked for a smoke, and then she was out in the field and like the grassy field right outside of the hotel, and
Oh
that
shit.
was her last known location. There's a lot
Mm.
of, I want to use the word like sketchy stuff that goes along with it because she was
Like
an
the
the boyfriend.
GoFundMe stuff from the boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, the Cash App the Cash App stuff.
Yes,
So
Cash App. That's what it was. Yeah.
her boyfriend, which she might have tried to leave him. She might have already left him. That's also unknown.
Mm.
Really, like certain details come out or certain things are said a certain way, so I don't want to say it. I'll say allegedly I think she was trying to leave him. She lived with him at that moment, so she had left his place. But this boyfriend, he actually ended up being arrested a few months later because he was sending Cash App requests to her family, and that just made me sick to my stomach. So one of them was he had asked for like $95 or something, and he just put some letters, and I forget exactly what the letters were, but it was like something along the lines when they were trying to think what it might be. It was like, they won't let me go, like the letters TWLMG or something like that. And it was like, they won't let me go. So the mom, Jennifer, she's thinking like, is she being held? I don't want to send this
Mhm.
money, but to respond, you have to send money. So she would send a dollar and be like, hey, like, give me some sort of like way that I can hear her voice or know that she's alive or whatever it may be.
Yeah,
And
like
that
tell
never
me
happened.
something that I know.
Yeah.
Only yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah.
Well, and then it got worse from there because then people started receiving messages that said, like, if you don't send this money in 15 minutes, we'll cut her up into pieces.
Oh
So
shit.
it got worse and worse and worse. And it ended up being that it was her boyfriend, ex boyfriend at the time, that was sending these messages to the family members. And so that to me is sick. Does
Mhm.
that mean he did it? Does that mean that he's responsible?
Not
No,
necessarily.
it doesn't mean that, but it does mean you better do
Person of
every single
interest.
fucking thing you can to look into this guy.
Yes.
Right.
Like to me, and they did. They searched his place, but it was a long time after. So things could have been changed, things could have been washed, things could have been covered up, that kind of
What was
stuff.
his explanation for that
He
bullshit?
should well, he should have been looked into
Immediately.
immediately. Like that could be it's always it's always a significant other or like a lover of husband, boyfriend. It's always those are always the first people that when somebody goes missing that you should be looking into
And so let me ask you, why do they not look into those people right away? What's the number one reason they don't look into them?
because they
And I
don't
say those people,
suspect
but I
foul
mean
play.
missing people. Foul
Oh,
play,
who are
but they
those
think that
people?
they run away. Yeah, that's
They took off on their own accord, which like you said in your episode about her, like both of them were former drug addicts
yes,
and the boyfriend probably still was, and which is another reason, which is a possibility that he didn't have anything to do with her disappearance, is that he saw an opportunity to get money for drugs. Now,
exactly.
being an addict is a is a mental illness.
Right.
You don't really see the effects of your actions while you're in it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Hmm.
So, like, not that he's a bad person, but he's also a bad person. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's struggling in his own way, and I mean, maybe he didn't know what he was doing. Maybe he did know what he was doing.
Yeah.
So there's that. But
Is it
that's what I
possible?
meant when I said those people, David. What were you going to say?
Is it possible that she overdosed and
There could be that possibility because it did come
Yeah.
out that she was or had been
And
on drugs.
the thing
And
will
so,
right. The thing about addicts too is that police don't freaking like search for them,
they don't care?
which is another thing. They're
yeah.
like, oh, she's probably on a bender somewhere or
And I
something
think
like
I
that.
think I beat that up in the episode because that is something that we see far too often.
Yes,
Runaways,
I agree.
drugs, whatever it may be, these stereotypes that people look into, and there's so many of them. There are so many of them, right? And
Mm.
too often, no, I don't want to say too often. So many of them come home, and that's an amazing thing, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
sometimes they don't. And that's, I mean, every time we were starting the episodes when we do our Weird Java, we talk about that number and how,
Mm.
yeah, so many of them come home, and that's amazing, but some don't. So if the first 24 to 48 hours are the most important. And if you write off a missing person as a runaway, you're losing important time. And that right
Right.
there is just, it's bizarre to me to be like, oh, well, you know, she's a new mom. Maybe she needed to go and like just clear her head. Oh, she's on drugs. Maybe she's at her friend's house. I don't give a fuck. This mother is telling you that her child is missing. That is her loved one. They are seeking your help, and your job is one of your jobs. You've got a lot of jobs. I don't want to discredit anything in that way, right? But it's like one of those things is to look into these people, file the report, get information out there. At least do that. File the report, make it known so that someone can come forward and say something. And so it's been a while, and she's still missing. A lot of people didn't think. And I will say the family, or I won't speak for Jennifer, the stepmom, she did say she doesn't think that it was Michael. She didn't think that the boyfriend had anything to do with it. She thinks what Kevin was saying earlier, that
Yeah.
he saw an opportunity and he took it. And it's gross.
It's gross.
It's gross. And
It is
Jennifer,
gross.
so her mom is very active on social media, very active on TikTok, and she is constantly posting, trying to raise awareness and get her daughter's story out there, her face out there, keep it out there, keep it out there. And she does a good job. Like, she is, anything she's doing, she's eating cereal, she's talking about her daughter. She's working out, she's talking about her daughter. She's going on a hike, she's talking about her daughter. Because anything, she's going to try to keep it out there, because they go unnoticed. They start to fade, and she won't let that happen. But when she was talking about the boyfriend, she said, he came into my house. I treated him like my own. I took care of him, you know? And it's like, I planned birthday parties for him. So, yeah, maybe it was the drugs and he wasn't in his right mind, but I can't imagine her pain for losing her daughter, like having her daughter missing. And then this person who was supposed to love her daughter and love her daughter's daughter, who she's now taking care of, say these things to her. It's just, it's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
I was
actually,
gonna say that
uh-huh.
it kind of bothers me that a case like this doesn't make national news, but
Right.
a pretty blonde girl who fakes getting abducted, it's all over. It's the only thing you see on the news.
Yeah.
You know, and then they get back, they figure out that she's the one who faked her abduction, and she gets off scot-free. She does a little time and then gets out.
I thought you were
I-
going to say she's a dumb bitch. But
That
that was me.
that
My
also
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what
We're
was
talking
the-
about Sherry Papini, for anyone that's wondering.
Yes.
Like,
right.
that's who it is.
Can't stand that woman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is Layla right here on the screen.
On the left, Gabby Petito is on the right, and Jennifer is in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think that's one of the things is, so Gabby Petito, her case, her disappearance and everything involving her case, I want to say the world knew, right?
Yeah.
And Layla, there's people in her own hometown that still do not know her name, her face. And that it's crazy
That's-
how different things are covered. And I'll speak on the Gabby Petito Foundation. Their family
Yep.
has done so much, and they are huge advocates for MMIW, for missing Black, you know, like they are constantly trying to help with exposure in the cases that don't get what they rightfully deserve as well. And so her
Case
family,
deserves to be
Yeah.
perpetuated as
sure.
much as possible. Every
Right.
case, no matter skin color, sexual orientation, whether you're frickin' an addict or
Right.
you're frickin' wealthy or homeless, you know, no matter what your demographic is, you deserve to come home.
you deserve to come home.
Yes.
Absolutely. So
Well said, Kevin.
that's
Well
hers.
said.
And I've shared her pictures. I'll share some with Kevin. He can post them. But it's been a little while now, and we just need to continue to share and share and share. And they've done numerous searches, and they just, in my opinion, allegedly got really screwed over in one of the most recent searches. And so they're down
Oh
money that
yeah,
they had.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
really
it
punched me in
really
the gut.
sucks that frickin' a grieving mother has to apologize to people who
God.
sent money and stuff for something that she thought was gonna help.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. It's
I would
tragic,
like to
and
know this guy's name, to be honest with you.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But that's why like it's really hard because, and I've met Jennifer, and I mean I
Yeah.
don't know her. I have met her, but it's like I I believe what she's saying because of the what I've seen from her, right? And
hmm
you really, there's so many sides to every single story, and everything that she has said about this situation, I do believe. Um, I don't know if this guy has a completely different story, but I wouldn't buy it. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so hard, especially right now. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't like people taking advantage of people in when they're in vulnerable places,
right.
like trying to find a missing loved one.
Right.
And it
It
happens
fucking
way too often.
boils my blood.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
So
respect for what you do, Rach.
Thank
And
you.
you're so good at it.
I
We
try.
really
yeah, I do have a question for you too. What was it that made you decide to start a podcast covering what you cover?
Heather. I'm like, Heather made that choice. So when we first, I moved to Kentucky, and I am a huge pod junkie through and through on many different topics. And so I just like to talk. And this right now, doing video, I don't like this. I hate it actually. Like, I love being with you guys, but I don't like to be seen. I just wanted to be behind a screen with my mic and say the things I wanted to say, however I wanted to say it. And I really wanted to do more of the mom talk. So in the beginning, when we started, so we were Wine Time in the beginning, we did a lot of talk on postpartum. We did a lot of talk on breastfeeding or feeding your baby in general. We talked about so many different things mom related. And
Well,
we tried to tie in crime and mom talk because that's what it was. It was the good, the badass, and the crime. And we tried to do that. To us, it was too much, I guess, like to have so much in one place. There was a lot of people who were coming to listen to the mom talk, but they didn't want to hear the crime. There's a lot of people coming to listen to the crime. They didn't really give a shit about us or the mom talk, right? And so we
uh,
eventually made the choice to just do crime. And I think that that was because, so back to answer, Heather chose crime. She was a big crime junkie. She listened to a lot of true crime podcasts. She also went to school and did a lot of schooling when it come to psychologically, like psychology based stuff, criminal law, those kind of things. And so she's the smart one. I'm just here. And as we did it, I feel like it completely like pulled my heart and opened me up in a new like way of wanting to see change, wanting to help in any way that I could. And I knew I had the platform to try to do that. So that's just kind of how it evolved into what it is now.
that's amazing.
well,
Yeah.
I have to say it's an amazing podcast. I
Yeah.
love listening to it. I listen to it every week. So every Tuesday
Thank
it
you.
comes out. And I check it out.
We try. We try our
I
hardest. It's
listen.
crazy.
It seems pretty effortless. From my point of view, from a listener's point of view. It seems like you guys just you know your shit and you say it and you take care of it. And I love the human aspect of you yourselves.
Yeah.
So like when something is upsetting, it
Yeah.
shows in your voice. Um, and I like that as well. Sometimes it makes me cry listening to you guys cry. So,
Yeah. I'm a big
but
crybaby.
yeah.
And I appreciate you saying
Um,
that too, because that's one thing that Heather and I talked about that we will never change. And we've had a lot of bigger podcasts and other people tell us, like, you should change up your style. You should try this. Maybe you guys should take turns 1 week on the mic, 1 week without. Take your banter out. Don't show as much emotion. And my thing is, there's a billion podcasts you can go listen to if you do not like what you're listening
Right.
here. You know,
Exactly.
this is who we are.
Exactly.
This is what we do. We're not going to change that for anybody. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you like it. You could cry with me anytime.
Respect.
Look, I'm a big crybaby.
I have a
I have to
case for
say,
you, Rach.
You do?
We should talk a little later. I have a case that I think you would do an amazing job covering. if you haven't covered it already, and I'll get you all the details.
Yeah.
But it does start with the missing person thing. So, but the missing report doesn't come until 2 years later. But anyway, I'll tell you all that later,
Can I say a couple things real quick?
please.
Like shout out a couple things.
Yeah.
So first of all, the episode that's gonna come out on Tuesday, I think. I don't know if it'll be this Tuesday or next Tuesday. We did an episode about Rowan Morey, who was 6 years old when he was murdered in a murder suicide by his father. It is one of the most like
Yeah.
I almost use
Yeah,
the
I
word like
didn't.
proud episodes that we've put out because it's the most meaningful to me having the connection
Yeah.
with his mom. On Tuesday, we have another episode with a mom who lost both of her children to filicide, to a murder suicide by the father. And she's on, and the way that she talks, the way that she presents herself, the way that she holds herself as a person is I'm not gonna cry on a live. It's admirable. It's amazing. And it's something that I say all the time is they shouldn't have to be this strong. They shouldn't have to be this strong.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have to get in front of people and talk about the fact that their children were just murdered by their father. And so filicide is something that has like been heavy on our hearts since we talked with Brandy, and we've had people reach out to us to try to share their stories so that they have a platform as well. And so that's coming out.
I love that.
I kind of love it. No, I'm just kidding. I do, and I love talking to her. There is a bug in my face. But the other thing that I wanted to add is so, like I mentioned earlier, Heather and I are co producing the next season of Missing in Hushtown with Jules and Jen. And
Yep.
we are going to be in Tennessee March 4th doing an event for their Missing Persons Day that was put on by Bethany Markowski's mom. So that will be
Nice.
happening, and we'll be doing some live interviews and stuff like that. So we're looking forward to that. And Jules is the best,
Dope.
so I cannot wait.
Jules is the
Like,
best. I love her.
love her so
I love
much.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in Tennessee in April.
What are you doing there?
I'm gonna be looking for Bigfoot.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Yep. Coming
You better
soon.
catch him too.
Documentary.
Probably.
coming
I'll
soon.
probably.
Catch
I'll
him, man.
probably catch him.
Put him in a headlock.
Yeah, I'll
I
be
can't
out
wait to
there
see
with
that.
Drewski and his team and
it.
a couple other people. So looking forward to
Drewski.
that. We're gonna
Awesome.
be hiking out there, camping out there, and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So I had another freaking question and I forgot. But
Sorry, it's because
it's
I talk
okay.
so much.
Yeah, it is because you talk way too much.
I know.
Oh, I wanted to say, as a parent, I cannot fathom the thought of even if because I have been there, contemplating my own end, um, but involving my children is something that I cannot fathom the how you would think to do that, like,
Yeah.
and be okay with going through with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's obviously some kind of disconnect in the brain that fucks with you to cause you to do such a thing. Like, I could never.
Yeah.
I could never. I could the only as a parent, there's like this commercial where they were asking a bunch of moms if they would kill for their children. They're like, "No, I would never. I would never do that." I'm like, I would move the fucking Earth's at fucking orbit in this atmosphere for my kids. If
That would
like
include
obviously that's
kids.
a fictional answer, but like I would scorch the earth in the name of my children if I had to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
So
That includes killing.
to be the one that takes the life of my children is
Yeah.
not even something that I can imagine being okay with. So
Yeah. And in the episode on Tuesday, we'll talk about it, and she talks about it. He had a psychological break. This was not who he was.
right.
It's horrific when you hear it. And yeah, I also could not imagine anything like this, and it's so sad. And when you said, I know from listening and talking to you, you've been through stuff, but you even contemplating your own is still affecting your kids, and you're here, and that is one of my
Right.
favorite things in this whole entire world. But so many people think like, I wouldn't do it to my kids, I'll do it to me. That is to your kids, like
Right.
plain and
Yes.
simple, that is
Yes.
to your kids. So stay
Absolutely.
here. 988 get the help you need. You say it all the time in every episode. Do what you got to do for yourself, for your children, for your friends, for your family, for everything.
Yeah,
Life is
because
better with you
because
here.
it absolutely, you're only transferring trauma.
Yeah.
So whether you think you're not loved, there's the we because the human being human is not it's not meant to be comfortable. Being human, there's so many there's so many aspects to being alive, and especially now, there's a lot that goes into being alive, and everybody goes through bouts of depression. Nobody is immune to that at all. Um, but like you're only we never see what other people we never see through the eyes of people who love us, and we never know exactly how much we are loved. We only see we can only perceive ourselves as ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm making any fucking sense,
You're
but
totally making sense.
Yeah, you're
Absolutely.
making sense, and I feel like it's a good point to say that you should tell people more. You should show people more. You know, it's like
yeah,
you really can't see what someone else is like, how they view you, but we could do our best to tell them and show them.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that.
oh, I
And
love
out
you
of all the
guys.
things that God could have created,
Yeah.
he looked around the earth and decided that it needed one of you. So I'm happy you all exist, and I'm happy to share this space with the two of you, and everybody who listens and watches the show, and everybody on Earth, um, because everybody deserves a chance at life, regardless of whatever their demographic is. I know a lot of people disagree on a lot of things, and surprised to this day that murder is still a thing.
Yeah.
You know, people wanting to kill each other over like the stupidest shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Even if it's not something stupid,
Right.
it's still stupid to commit the act, I think. But I would
Absolutely.
commit it for my kids. Somebody fucking if somebody killed my kids, um, somebody did something horrific to my kids, click clack bang bang, I'd be there in a heartbeat to do that shit. But oh,
It would be
this has
hard
been
not
the
to.
longest episode. This is a good episode. I appreciate you, Rachel.
Yeah, thank you for
We're
having me.
almost
As soon as you
Love you,
asked me, I
yeah,
was like,
Rach.
absolutely.
Love you.
yeah, we're almost at
Yeah.
2 hours. Holy cow! Look at that.
Yeah.
I've had to pee since minute 7.
Holy shit! God damn, son. Hey, Rachel, if you don't mind, shout out your podcast, where people can find it, where people can find you, and where people can find Heather.
Okay, so we are like mother, like murder. It is right here backwards. Is it backwards for you
No,
guys or
it's
just
right
me?
side.
No,
Oh,
I
that's
see it
beautiful.
correctly.
I
Yeah.
hate seeing it backwards, but I guess if you guys get it. So we are like mother, like murder. We are on all social media platforms, literally every single one of them. So you can go there. All of it is like underscore mother underscore whatever, because I couldn't just do it full. Um, we also have Momcast Productions LLC, so that is another place you guys can find us. We will be networking and producing and stuff like that as well. We are also on the team for Missing in Hushtown season 2. So we've got a lot going on, and we just do our best to share stories and get things out there. And we do. We have some banter and some comedy, and we feel like that's the best way for us to do it, to have some of us in there as well. But once we get to the story, it's important for us to do it justice, I guess. So
And you
um,
do every time.
we
Every
try.
single time.
But
You
yeah,
do.
thank you for having us. And yeah, go check whoever's here. Go check us out.
Yeah.
Yes, you
And we
should. They
have
also
I
have a
have
YouTube.
episodes with both of you guys, so you
Yep.
guys can find Kevin and David both there as well.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
Come find us,
Yep.
man.
we're on
You can
YouTube, but I'm
find
not
me
good on
trying.
YouTube.
Yeah. You can find me trying not to cry on their podcast.
For Ayla Reynolds,
So
yeah.
there's a couple of times where I kind of crack a little bit, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Which actually there's been updates in that case,
Yes, there
so
has.
hopefully there's some justice coming soon. So,
Yep.
but anyways, thank you everybody for being here. Please like, subscribe to the YouTube and stuff if you want to see this show or get notified that this show is going live every Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern. 8 a.m. Central. If you don't mind sharing it, that'd be great. If you want to leave a review in the comments, that would be fantastic. But you can also leave a review on this about this show and about my podcast on the website where the weird ones are podcast.com. That's also where you can get some merch and you get hot sauce and you can get coffee. And
yeah.
within the next couple of weeks, we should have supplements. So if you're
Nice.
into getting into the gym and being healthy and all that stuff, there should be supplements on the website in the next couple of weeks, hopefully before spring. But other than that, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. But if you don't like the show,
Fuck off.
that sucks.
Oh,
There's
sorry.
a billion of other ones you can watch.
If you don't
Thank
like
you,
his
Rick.
show, go to David's show. If you don't like David's show, go to my show. If you don't like any of our show, fuck off.
Fuck you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That was awesome.